You can find the tutorials all over the internet. Now, orthodontists are warning parents about this dangerous new dental trend. It's called do-it-yourself braces, and it's causing some kids to permanently damage their smiles. It involves kids winding rubber bands around their teeth to try and straighten them out. Dr. Segal here to explain how the DIY procedure could cause permanent damage. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, this is a pretty disturbing trend that we're seeing. And what's going on is these kids, they're putting these rubber bands around the teeth, trying to, imagine if you had a space between your teeth.
Right.
So these rubber bands kind of go between the teeth and squeeze the teeth together.
Right.
And so the thing that people don't realize that teeth are actually easy to move.
Yes.
But that's also the biggest danger because there's no control.
Ah.
So in an orthodontic setting, we go to school for 11 years or 7 years after college, and part of it is learning control of the teeth. So when there's no control, what happens is these rubber bands, best case scenario is it'll just look worse. The teeth will just tip together.
Oh, gotcha.
And they'll look worse, or they'll overlap, or they'll rotate.
So they won't move like at the root where they want them to move.
Exactly.
Okay.
They won't move. So that's, I mean, that ideally would be the situation, but that rarely happens. So that's the best case scenario, is that there's a cosmetic result that's worse. There's much worse consequences. What could happen is that the rubber band can actually slide up on the tooth and under the gums. And what happens if that happens, they'll actually strangle the blood vessels and you can cause what's called necrosis or even an infection. And when that happens, you could lose bone and lose your teeth. And that's happened multiple times. Besides that, another common possibility is that the tooth they won't move on the same plane. So what happens is one tooth might move lower than the other.
Okay.
And then you'll be hitting harder on one tooth, causing it to chip or possibly loosen and even lose a tooth.
So there's too many bad consequences from this.
There's a lot of bad consequences.
Is it because you think that kids are just being playful and trying to do something different, or they want to avoid the traditional braces that you have to get?
There is a cost issue. Obviously, you could buy these rubber bands at Walmart for a couple of bucks.
Goodness.
So, versus thousands of dollars that you pay for braces. But what happens is once you have a negative outcome, the cost of putting your teeth back, getting implants or having crowns can be thousands and thousands of dollars. So you end up spending a lot more than you would have for braces in the first place. Yeah,
so go for these options. The traditional braces, or now the cool thing I have, Invisalign, which is clear braces.
Exactly.
And then you don't even have to have it look like you have braces. If that's your issue.
And with Invisalign or braces, again, the number one thing is these teeth are controlled very carefully all the way through the treatment.
Absolutely. So. All right. Dr. Segal, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.